discovered my long-distance girlfriend had a whole other boyfriend. We teamed up. Picture this. You're lying in bed at 11 p.m. You've just gotten off a 2-hour video call with your girlfriend who lives 4 states away, and you're smiling like an idiot because things are good. Better than good. You've been together 14 months. You've already talked about closing the distance. You've already looked at apartments in her city, and then your phone buzzes. It's a DM from a stranger, a guy, and all it says is, "Hey, I think we need to talk about Kayla." I almost ignored it. I really wish I had. Intro. What is UP? Everyone. Welcome back to Absolute Revenge. If you're new here, this channel is where the most unhinged, most infuriating, and most satisfying stories in the universe come to live. And today's story has me genuinely questioning whether I am too trusting of a person or whether some people are just built differently in the most alarming way possible. I'm going to tell you the whole thing from the top. No skipping ahead, because the details matter. The timeline matters. And the ending? The ending is something I could not have scripted if I tried. Buckle up. This is a long one. Let's go. The relationship. I met Kayla, not her real name. We're changing names today because honestly, some of these people don't deserve the Google search traffic. I met Kayla at a mutual friend's wedding about 2 years ago. She lived in Denver. I lived in Chicago. We were both in town for the wedding in Cincinnati, which is nobody's first choice for a destination anything, but it's where our college friend group converged every few years. We talked the whole reception. We danced badly together. We stayed up until 3 a.m. in the hotel lobby with nobody else around, just talking. She drove back to Denver. I flew back to Chicago. And I told myself, okay, that's a great memory. Let it be a great memory. She texted me the next morning. We talked every single day after that. Now, I want to be real with you. Long distance is hard. I knew it was hard going in, but we were both adults. We were both intentional about it. We had a plan. We visited each other every 6 to 8 weeks, alternating who made the trip. We did video calls almost every night. We texted throughout the day. For 14 months, I thought we had built something really solid on a foundation that most people would have written off as impossible. I met her friends during visits. She met mine. Her mom sent me a Christmas card, a physical card with my name on it, in handwriting. I thought I was in a real relationship, and I was. I just wasn't the only one. The DM. Back to that night. The DM. The guy's name, I'll call him Marcus. Marcus sent me a message on Instagram, not a follow request. Just a cold DM straight to my message requests from an account I'd never seen. Hey, I think we need to talk about Kayla. My first reaction was that this was spam or a scam or some weird, jealous guy who had a crush on her and was trying to sabotage things. I had a whole defensive monologue ready in my head, but then I looked at his profile. His page was public, and right there, maybe 12 posts down, was a photo of him and Kayla. A vacation photo, both of them are smiling. A beach somewhere, posted 8 months ago. Tagged with a heart emoji, I sat there for a very long time. I went to Kayla's profile. The photo wasn't there. She hadn't tagged herself. And his username wasn't one I'd ever noticed. Commenting on her stuff. I wrote back to Marcus. I said, "Who are you to her?" He said, "Her boyfriend. Who are you?" And there it was. I called her. She didn't pick up. I called again. Voicemail. I typed out a message that I deleted 4 times before finally sending something that just said, "I need you to call me tonight. It's important." She called back 40 minutes later, and you could tell immediately from her voice that she knew something was wrong. She asked what was going on. I told her I'd gotten a message from someone named Marcus. The silence that followed was the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. The confession. She didn't deny it. I'll give her that. She didn't insult me by trying to lie her way through it. She broke down crying almost immediately and just started talking. Marcus was someone she'd been with for almost 2 years, which means they were together before me, and she never ended it. She told herself she would. She told herself it would naturally fade out. She told herself, and I am quoting directly here because I wrote it down, I just didn't want to hurt anyone. Here's the thing about that logic. Here's the thing about the idea that keeping 2 people in the dark somehow protects them. It doesn't protect anyone. It just delays the damage while multiplying it. She had kept us completely separated. She showed each of us different social media accounts, different friend groups in different cities, a carefully managed schedule where our visits never overlapped because she lived in Denver, I was in Chicago, and Marcus was in Phoenix, and none of us had any reason to ever be in the same place. She had built an entire second life, not impulsively, not accidentally, deliberately, for over a year. I asked her one question before I hung up. I said, "Does Marcus know about me?" She said, "Not yet." So I called Marcus. The phone call with Marcus. This is where the story takes a turn that I was not expecting. I want to be honest. When I first reached out to Marcus, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know if he was going to be hostile. I didn't know if he was going to be in denial. I didn't know if he'd already known. And this was some weird test. But Marcus was exactly like me. He was devastated. He'd been with her for almost 2 years, thought they were working towards something serious, and had absolutely no idea I existed. He found out I existed because he'd borrowed Kayla's laptop to print something and seen a video call notification from me on her screen. He did some digging, because when something doesn't feel right, you dig, and he found my Instagram, put together the pieces, and reached out. He said something to me that I think about a lot. He said, "I've been feeling like something was off for months. I just kept telling myself I was being paranoid." And I said, "Same." We talked for almost 2 hours that first night, and I want to be clear, it wasn't ugly. We weren't screaming or venting or trash talking. We were 2 people who had just had the same rug pulled out from under them at the same time, trying to figure out what ground actually felt like. By the end of that call, we had decided on 2 things. 1, neither of us was continuing the relationship. 2, we weren't going to let this just disappear quietly. The plan. Now here's where the absolute revenge part of this story comes in. Neither Marcus nor I wanted to do anything that crossed a line. No harassment, no going after her job, nothing like that. We're not those kinds of people. And frankly, we didn't need to be. The truth was powerful enough on its own. We just needed to make sure it landed. The plan was simple, and it had 2 parts. Part 1, we were both deeply embedded in friend groups that had overlap with Kayla, the mutual wedding circle I mentioned, plus a group of people who knew both Marcus and Kayla through a hiking club she was part of. We decided that we would both show up to the next event where that group would be gathered together not dramatically, not with a PowerPoint presentation, just together as friends, making it visible. We'd been independently invited to a group camping trip that was already on the calendar. One of those things Kayla had organized and then realized she couldn't control anymore. She had invited Marcus. She had separately mentioned it to me, banking on the fact that Chicago to Colorado camping trips aren't usually a thing I'd commit to. I committed to it. Part 2, before the trip, Marcus and I each, independently, had honest conversations with our closest friends in that circle. Not gossip, not a character assassination, just the facts. This happened. I found out this way. Here is the timeline. We let people draw their own conclusions. By the time that camping weekend arrived, there was not a single person in that group who didn't know exactly what had gone on. The camping trip. I want to paint this scene for you properly. It's a Saturday morning, Colorado mountains. Beautiful weather. There are maybe 14 people at this campsite. And when Kayla arrives, late, which apparently she always is, the first thing she sees when she parks and gets out of her car is Marcus and me, standing together, holding coffees, having a perfectly normal conversation. The look on her face. I don't want to be cruel about it. I genuinely don't. But there is something profoundly validating about watching someone realize that the elaborate structure they built around compartmentalizing their life has just collapsed completely in one moment on a Saturday morning in the mountains. She pulled herself together faster than I expected. She tried to act normal, tried to circulate, tried to talk to people. But the group dynamic had shifted completely. People were polite, but there was no warmth. Nobody was icing her out aggressively. Nobody made a scene. It was more like the air had changed. People knew, and everyone knowing, and nobody pretending otherwise turned out to be consequence enough. She left before lunch. Marcus and I had a genuinely great camping weekend, made some real friends, and still text each other occasionally to this day. Outer row. Here's what I took from all of this. The relationship ending wasn't the devastating part. Relationships end. People aren't always right for each other. I could have handled a breakup. What I couldn't handle, what nobody should have to handle, is having your reality manufactured for you. Being fed a version of your life that was carefully constructed to serve someone else's needs. That's not a mistake. That's a choice. Made over and over again for over a year. Marcus said something near the end of that camping weekend that stuck with me. He said, "I don't think she's a bad person. I think she's someone who never learned how to disappoint people, so she just hid instead." I think that's probably true. I also think that hiding from hard conversations eventually produces the hardest conversation of all. And in this case, it produced it on a mountainside in front of 14 witnesses on a Saturday morning. If you're in a long-distance relationship right now, I'm not saying you shouldn't trust your partner. I'm saying trust your instincts. That quiet feeling that something's off, it's data. It's worth paying attention to. And if you've ever been a Marcus in someone else's story, yeah, I see you. It's not your fault. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading everything. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new or if this story hit different for you. I'll see you in the next one.